The Rig Veda Mandala 1 hymn 2 is the second hymn of the Rig Veda, the oldest and most sacred Hindu scripture. It is addressed to Vayu, the god of wind and breath, who is also associated with Indra, the king of gods. The hymn praises Vayu for his various attributes and functions, and asks him to drink the soma juice that has been prepared for him. The hymn also invokes Mitra and Varuna, the gods of friendship and sovereignty, who are also the guardians of law and order. The hymn consists of 9 verses, each with 8 syllables per line. The meter is Gayatri, which is considered to be the most sacred and auspicious meter in the Rig Veda. The seer or composer of the hymn is Gritsamada Shaunaka, a descendant of the famous sage Shaunaka. The deity or subject of the hymn is Vayu, who is also called Indra Vayu, when he is paired with Indra. The text and translation of the hymn are as follows. Beautiful Vayu, come, for thee these soma drops have been prepared, drink of them, hearken to our call. Knowing the days, with soma juice poured forth, the singers glorify thee, Vayu, with their hymns of praise. Vayu, thy penetrating stream goes forth unto the worshipper, far spreading for the soma draught. These, Indra Vayu, have been shed, come for our offered dainty's sake, the drops are yearning for you both. Well do ye mark libations, ye Vayu and Indra, rich in spoil, so come ye swiftly hitherward. Vayu and Indra, come to what the soma presser hath prepared, soon, heroes, thus I make my prayer. Mitra, of holy strength, I call, and foe-destroying Varuna, who make the oil-fed rite complete. Mitra and Varuna, through law, lovers and cherishers of law, have ye obtained your might power. Our sages, Mitra Varuna, wide dominion, strong by birth, vouchsafe us strength that worketh well. Here is a brief explanation of each point in the hymn. Verse 1, the hymn begins by inviting Vayu to come and drink the soma drops that have been prepared for him. Soma is a sacred plant whose juice is offered to the gods in the sacrifice. The hymn also asks Vayu to listen to their call, which means to pay attention and respond to their prayers. Verse 2, the hymn states that Vayu knows the days, which means that he is aware of the proper time and season for the sacrifice. He also knows the soma juice that has been poured forth, which means that he recognizes and appreciates the offering. The hymn also says that the singers glorify Vayu with their hymns of praise, which means that they express their admiration and gratitude to him. Verse 3, the hymn describes Vayu's penetrating stream, which means his powerful and pervasive wind or breath. The hymn says that this stream goes forth unto the worshipper, which means that it reaches and blesses the one who performs the sacrifice. The hymn also says that this stream is far spreading for the soma draught, which means that it spreads widely and carries the soma juice to the gods. Verse 4, the hymn addresses both Vayu and Indra, who are often paired together as allies and friends. The hymn says that these soma drops have been shed for them, which means that they have been poured out or offered to them. The hymn also asks them to come for their offered dainty's sake, which means to come and enjoy their delicious and desirable offerings. The hymn also says that the drops are yearning for them both, which means that they are eagerly waiting and longing for them. Verse 5, the hymn asserts that Vayu and Indra well mark libations, which means that they observe and accept the liquid offerings that are made to them. The hymn also calls them rich in spoil, which means that they are wealthy and victorious in battle. The hymn also urges them to come swiftly hitherward, which means to come quickly and directly to the sacrifice. Verse 6, the hymn appeals to Vayu and Indra to come to what the soma presser has prepared, which means to come and partake of what the one who extracts the soma juice has made ready for them. The hymn also calls them heroes, which means that they are brave and noble warriors. The hymn also says that thus he makes his prayer, which means that this is how he expresses his request or petition to them. Verse 7, the hymn invokes Mitra and Varuna, who are another pair of gods who are often associated with each other. Mitra is the god of friendship, contracts, and oaths, while Varuna is the god of sovereignty, law, and water. The hymn calls Mitra of holy strength, which means that he has sacred or divine power. The hymn also calls Varuna foe-destroying, which means that he vanquishes or subdues his enemies. The hymn also says that they make the oil-fed rite complete, which means that they complete or perfect the ritual that involves offering oil or ghee to the fire. Verse 8, the hymn praises Mitra and Varuna as lovers and cherishers of law, which means that they love and protect Rita, which is the cosmic order or moral law that governs everything. The hymn also says that through law they have obtained their might power, which means that by following and upholding Rita they have acquired their great authority and influence. Verse 9, the hymn addresses Mitra and Varuna as our sages, which means that they are wise and learned guides or teachers for us. The hymn also calls them wide dominion, strong by birth, which means that they have extensive rule or sovereignty over many realms, and that they are naturally or inherently powerful or mighty. The hymn also asks them to vouchsafe us strength that worketh well, which means to grant or bestow us strength or energy that is effective or beneficial.